Hello and welcome. In this video we're going to start our custom team playthrough on F1 2012. We're going to go with the Audi team as that was the most voted, but we may use another team in the future. So it's a full team. There's actually a video of it in one of my mods of the weeks. I'll leave a link to that in the description. But anyway, we're going to go to one-shot qualifying. It's on professional difficulty, and I am using traction control on ABS, mainly because I play with a controller and turning traction control off makes it quite difficult. ABS I might turn off in the next race. Let me know what you think. Also, if anyone's got a better name for this series, just put a comment down because I'm really not sure what to call it. But yeah, we're going to go into qualifying now. It wasn't the fastest lap. I didn't do any practice sessions, so this really was my one-shot practice, all-in-one sort of thing. But the car felt alright. It's essentially a Williams, not the performance and everything. But we get a pretty good result with it. Purple first sector. I think I was a bit late on the braking on some of these corners and didn't take the best line, but again it was really my warm-up lap and everything all in one. But yeah, this is all pre-recorded. I'm just talking over it simply so I can just edit out all the boring bits, so you really get like a highlights sort of thing. But yes, purple second sector, and I think I might go a bit slow into this corner coming up now. Yeah, I didn't take the best line, but I don't think that cost me too much. I'll use all my curves and DRS down the final straight, and that's pole position. Quite good actually for professional, because I'm usually not the best, especially on that difficulty. But we've got Vettel in second, Webber in third, and then Alonso and Hamilton. Apart from that, everyone else looks pretty normal. It's the 2013 mod as well, so everyone's got all the drivers and cars from that. So yeah, for the race we're going to start on option, and on lap 6 pit to primes, and we're going to use a normal fuel load. And that's it really for the pre-race setup. We're ready to go. But yeah, as I just said, if you haven't yet seen this car, there's a link for it in the description, so just maybe check that out first. And also, as it's Williams, my teammate is Pastor Maldonado. I think I'm using the damage mod in this. I'll make sure it's definitely on for the next one, but I luckily don't have any contact, so I didn't actually have to find out if it was on or not. But I don't get the best start, and I put it in lean because I don't really know why I put it in lean. I don't really know, but that cost me a few places. And then Vettel gets a bit defensive, and I don't want to cause an incident this early in, so I go a bit wide, and then Webber and Hamilton squeeze through. But that makes the racing more interesting. So yeah, almost went into the back of Webber there, but got away with it. And again, keeps pulling across into the line, but fair enough. And yeah, now really just a battle begins, where I'm just trying to make up these lost places throughout the race. I'm still using lean. I'm not sure why I had it in lean. I think it was so I could make it a bit more interesting at the start. As pole position, you know, sometimes if I get a good getaway, it'd have just been watching me lap after lap in first place, so this makes it a bit more interesting. I'm still dropping off the pace. You can see they're starting to pull away, and Massa's now going for the move and gets past, and that's when I realise that this lean's not good. So I'll make a dive for Massa and get on the inside, and then I'll put it into standard mix. And Massa's still coming back, but sort of cut him up a bit there. And now we've got to try and make up those places. So it's come to the end of the first lap, and we've gone from first to fourth. So definitely not the best start to the season, but still got the rest of the race to go yet. starting to gain on these now. Gap's starting to close up. But as I said, I'm going to just cut out the boring bit, so any second now it's going to skip and we're just going to cut to another lap where I'm a bit closer. Purple first sector, so gaining on them now. And we're jumping to lap 3 now. Second corner. And we're coming down on Webber and I can see he's going a bit slow and I outbrake him. But I have to go wide to make sure that he's not on the outside even. But he wasn't, and then I make a mistake and almost end up spinning, but I recovered it. But we're on the charge down for Hamilton now. This is the end of lap 3. Onto the straight, and I've still got a lot of curves left, and I get the DRS from quite far back. Didn't really look like DRS zone, but the speed difference is quite a lot. But I brake it early, thinking that, and you know, when you're using DRS, you have to brake a lot earlier because this extra speed you're carrying. But it wasn't too bad. But then Weber comes from almost nowhere and gets past Hamilton. But hopefully I can pull away from these. Which I did alright, and now I'm catching up to Vettel on lap 6, so we've skipped a few laps there. But it was not really happening, it was just me pulling away and catching up to him. And this, oh no, this is only going to the pits, so that's it. Lap 5, some of them pitted, but me and Vettel have kept out to lap 6. Now we're right on him as we go into the pit lane. Pit crew are quite far down, but they managed to get a pretty good job done and bring me out just in front of him. So there you go, I've made my place up in the pit lane. But then Grosjean, I think it is, yeah, Grosjean goes past and takes P1, but he hasn't pitted yet, so he's not to worry. Doesn't worry me at the moment. But instantly as I put these primes on, I notice that it doesn't, well, obviously it's a slower tyre, but I can really feel it, and I do struggle to get the heat into them and get the grip in these corners, so I'm going really slow. I don't use rich mix till the end. That's usually the thing I tend to do, is save it all up and then use it on the last few laps when the cars are fastest. So I make a bit of a mistake now. I'm trying to warm the tyres up by like oversteering and almost going to the wall, which would have been the end of the race. But yeah, these tyres didn't feel good, but they do warm up and then they come around eventually. But Vettel is right on my tail, as we'll see in a second. He stays with me for a good few laps now. You see he's right behind me now, trying to make a pass. It's always into this corner here, I'm not sure what the number is, but it's always into here where he tries to make it. But yeah, I'm having to lift quite a lot into these corners. But I'm sure he was having similar problems. Maybe not quite as bad as I was, but use all my curves down here, but he's still gaining. Well, he does actually get past me here. But then he drops back again. So because the AI in this game, they never take many risks. Hopefully that's improved next year. But anyway, same corner now on lap 9. Similar things tried where he tries to get past, but doesn't quite manage to get past. I'll still take the lead. And then same thing on lap 10, but it's not quite as bad this time, but he is there. I could hear him. Same on lap 11. Again, he's there, but he's not quite in a passing position. And then on lap 12, he finally gets a better run out of the chicane sort of thing. I'm not sure what it's called, the fast 2 turns, and then he gets past me. And I give him room, and I didn't want to cause an accident this late into the race, so sort of didn't put much of a fight there. But it's made a bit of a mistake when doing that, because this is a DRS zone and I'm definitely within a second. So all my curves, same thing as what happened to Hamilton, massive speed difference. Almost going to the back of him, but I used to make it stick through that.
Good job, nice overtaking.
You can see it's still trying to get back, but it's a bit late now. Made that pass. So anyway, lap 13, I'll put it into rich mix, can use all the extra fuel up. This is the final lap, no, the lap 14 actually. This is my fastest lap I think of the race. Lap 15 may have been, but we get into trouble with a few back markers getting in the way, but we'll just run through this lap now, the fastest lap. I think this is probably, I didn't look at the times, but it feels quicker than my qualifying lap, so we'll have a look. So yeah, this is not long left of the race, so I'll quickly say now the schedule for these. I'll try and get one of these videos up each week, as well as a mods of the week video. This week's mods of the week will be a little bit later, as I've got another mod video planned. And there's fastest second sector there. But yeah, apart from that, we'll try and get one of these up every week. They do seem to take a while to make though, and consider, like, compared to my other videos. Take me a good few hours to make one of these with all the editing and all that. But we're just coming to the end of lap 14 and going on to the final lap, which is, I do try and get a quick lap, but I think we'll see a few back markers in a second. Yeah, there they are. There is only 22 cars, just like this year. There's no HRT. And we've got Pick and Shilton, who the last thing you want to do is hit a back marker and get taken out of this on the last lap, so I was a bit careful there and lost time, so that wasn't going to be the quickest lap. As you can see, the sector was, I think that's the second, can't quite read that from there, second something slower. But yeah, last corner, second from last corner, got Benanchi in front of me. Onto the last turn, use all my curves, and obviously a back marker will move out the way for you to come through and take the win on our first race with this team, which is essentially a Williams, so that's definitely a good result. So I hope the race is interesting. Let's take a look at the results. That seems pretty normal for the season. Massa beating Fernando's, or beating Alonso's a little bit unusual, but still. So yeah, the championship's looking how it would normally line up, but we're just obviously a newcomer, and we're doing well. A win on our first race. See, the McLarens are a little bit further down, which I suppose makes sense this year as their car hasn't been the best. I think Kimi Räikkönen could have done a bit better than he has there. You usually see him up further. In fact, he won this race, didn't he, this year? But apart from that, everything looks fairly normal. Look at the constructors. Red Bull are leading it because they had two cars in the points, or quite high up in the points. Whereas we only had me for our team. It says Williams, but it does mean Audi. It's a replacement for the Williams. Pastor didn't score any points for us, so he hasn't really helped. But maybe in the future. So the next race will be Malaysia, a track that I'm probably not going to be as good at. I do like Australia, so this was a race that I suppose I would do better in compared to others. But yeah, here's a little celebration. I'll hopefully have another one of these up within the next week or so. A mods of the week live on this week, and another video hopefully tomorrow. But apart from that, thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of this in the comments, and yeah, I'll see you next time.